Here we go. Still start with blue because blue's on top. Alright, and good news, bad news. I told some people this, but good news, bad news is I will be around next week. I thought I was going on my honeymoon, but today we officially canceled the honeymoon today, or postponed the honeymoon, I should say. So we'll be around next week to do some breaks. I've been going through and buying a crazy amount of stuff these past few days just because I hadn't bought anything because I thought I wasn't gonna be, in the country. So I was just like letting the supply get low, but a bunch of stuff will be coming in over the next few days. But good luck, everybody. Move my laptop back a little bit here. Okay. Mitchell. One of the things that always scares me with these cards is there's so many times where they have these gloss chrome cards, whatever way you want to call it. There's so many times where they have print lines on them, and it's just like it's scary that you're going to get a really good player, really good card, prism, parallel, whatever, and it's going to have a print line run right through it. That way, I guess that's why it makes it even more important to get a gem 10. Covington, there's a Dylan Brooks, our first. Was that first crack day? No, we got a crack day, so I just missed. Wasn't paying close enough attention for us talking. But Monday through Thursday stuff as usual. We'll be getting this will be all packed up, and we'll be getting that out tomorrow. Well, probably maybe Saturday, probably Saturday morning. Not really necessarily tomorrow, but it'll be packed and ready to go tomorrow, I should say. Go out with Saturday's mail kind of deal. That's the goal. That's always the goal. Process keeps getting sped up every time I do it now because, like I say, you learn new things every time. So, there we go. There's our first jaw of the night, and it's a blue cracked ice tribute. Let's see who had Grizzlies. Was Joshua? Is that you, Josh Kress? Of course, I didn't open up. Grab them again. You a big jaw guy, or you just wanted them in general? Followed up by Terrence Ross. I'm a big jaw. I'm a jaw over Zion guy, but I mean, it's okay. The only reason why I even got to the point where I was saying more is there was two Josh K's in this one. You guys kill me when you have two people with the same first name, or I think one was a Josh and one was a Joshua, but for the sake of me, Ty Jerome, blue cracked ice. For my sake, I gave you guys your second initial in the break. As much as these breaks pain me in the upcoming days, these ones I feel like are a lot more fun to do than those super small Paula. Super small, here's whatever 1 mega and 2 hangers kind of deal. You guys actually get some cards here. In NBA, unlike other sports, getting cards is important. Base cards grade, they turn into a lot of money. We got hoops coming in next week. I think 10 boxes. So we'll be having some fun with hoops next week, for sure. We'll be doing some straight up hoops 2020 and 2021 stuff. We'll be doing some probably all the hoops 20/2021 breaks we'll be doing. Will be pick your team. One, I just feel like they feel better. You guys, and I get it. You guys want your team, whatever. But I'm also going to throw together some multi-year mixers. I got a ton of Hoops Premium still, either here already or coming in So we'll do a few where we mix the draft classes together. I feel like that those I really enjoy the multi-year mixers because they always say you get more opportunities to get a hit. Honestly, it's not that I not it's not that I don't like anybody. I don't like anybody as much as I like Jaw coming into this year or last year. I mean, LaMelo seems to be a thing for sure. I mean, as much as you can say for sure, like a month or so into the season. There's honestly a bunch of options that people are high on. I mean, it's the whole thing of new is always better. There's a first Zion in the night. I would, I mean, Cole Anthony. Levine, blue cracked ice. Then you got an Embiid. Lights, camera, action. All right, box number one gave us a Zion and gave us a Jaw. Jaw being the blue cracked ice. I don't know about you guys, but I like the blue cracked ice more than the. It's my favorite of the Hoops Premium. Hoops Premium. What's it called? Parallels, prisms, whatever you want to go with. I use them interchangeably, but I know some people are sticklers for the correct thing. Michael Porter. Or Taylor Horton Tucker. I remember when he was going to be the next star. I mean, I guess he still theoretically could be the next star. Yeah, he had like two preseason games where he scored a lot. And all of a sudden, his cards are worth hundreds of dollars. Kemba. I know, different sport, but I ordered because honestly, I like them. One and two, the price point is solid. I ordered a bunch of Panini Chronicles, football. I've done multi-year mixers with them in the past, but I might throw together here and there. I might throw together some just random divisions one like I did with that certified break. And I know it's the 2019 draft class, so it's not as exciting to have all the rookie QB options we had in 2020. But I mean, there's still Kyler, there's AJ Brown, there's DK Metcalf, there's Josh Jacobs, there's Miles Sanders, and first Luca. There's lots of good options there still. So, and we can do those for. I do. Don't quote me on these numbers. This is just off the top of my head, but they probably do those for like random divisions for like $40 to $45 a pop for a whole division. Bowl. We had a Bowl auto the other night. Redemption auto, I should say, not just a straight up auto. I've been so in this terms of this NBA season. I've been like so like blind to what's gone on so far because like I think I mentioned this in a different break before. When nights I come down here. I'm down here all by down here. I mean in my basement with the cards and whatnot, like sorting or breaking really. So I've watched so little NBA, if any. My TV just got put back in a normal spot in my bedroom. For a while we had to have it set up that we had to have an artificial tree put in the bedroom. Had to. So, which bumped my TV away from the cable outlet, so I had no cable in my room to be able to watch stuff as later in the night. But we'll get back there. We're gonna hop into the NBA season pretty hard here now. That's usually what happens. Is NBA is not my favorite sport. I mean, I'm not gonna pretend sit here while I'm opening NBA cards and act like it's my favorite sport, but football is my favorite to just sit there and on a Sunday and just sit there and watch a day of football. Baseball, love baseball. There's nothing to me. There's nothing like summer night whenever you're just chilling, watching some MLB Network. Back in the day, for me, it used to be just chilling, watching some baseball tonight. But, NBA is something I pick it up in the off season mostly. between baseball and football season, or football and baseball, because football ends first. But I get into it, and then once baseball starts up again, teeter out a little bit. I guess I mentioned it before, but I think it's a large part of it for me is I don't have an NBA team. I'm in Pittsburgh. I don't have an NBA team to root for. So, you know, happens kind of thing. I have players I follow, like the people that I actually collect, the legitimate collections that I have of like players, like higher value cards or whatever, are all NBA players, which is just weird. I don't I don't really collect any Pirates because why would you? I don't I don't really collect Steelers. I collect Luka. I collect I have a collection of Zion, even though I think I said I'm not an insane, crazy Zion guy. Probably have the most money invested in Luka though. Just more so in the fact that the cards that I have of his were expensive. And I'm not talking like I have a Luka Prism Auto or something. I have some optic like rated rookies, whatnot, that graded, but not a 10. I got 9s and 8s, but still, that's a good bit of money. I bought them in the off season, hoping that one of them I could eventually. I bought them as a lot. Hopefully, one of them I can eventually flip for a profit once the season starts. I haven't checked on those yet to see what they're worth now. I think the 9 when I looked in the off season was worth $450, which was a pretty penny. I think I paid $450. I should say, not worth $450. And Anthony Davis cracked ice. Waiting for that Zion cracked ice. This is the point in the break where I'm like, why did I do this to myself? Why did I put a break with so many cards? Tremont Waters, blue cracked ice. There's sometimes where, I've mentioned this before, and I've said it's the very beginning of I've been breaking. I tend to oversleeve in top load. I guarantee I will never find a person who will be mad that I overprotected their card instead of underprotected their card. So there's some rookies that probably, or some guys that probably just shouldn't get sleeved. I mean, not shouldn't get sleeved, but aren't worthy of sleeving and top loading right away on a break. But so I'd rather spend 20, 25 cents extra every break and have the cards protected than be like, ooh, I saved 25 cents there by not putting the card in the top loader. After this box, maybe do some moving piles around. Rudy Gay, Alexander Walker arriving now. Gafford. Levert for the Nets. He goes to the Nets. Always the team on the card. And we got that followed up by a nice cracked ice here for the Wizards. The Wizards were our filler team tonight. So I don't remember if Robert put how many spots he put in for the filler, but it was 13. It was one spot for $13. That just seems like that's paying off. I changed, obviously, the pick your team this time versus the last time. I changed up the pricing a little bit, how I maneuvered the percentages around for teams. Some people recommended it for me, and then also I checked out a recent eBay break, and I used their percentages. So I bumped the the top probably like 5 teams up a little bit, and then basically everybody else went down. Yeah, blue cracked ice here, Jalen Noel. This format seemed to work a little bit better. I mean, I know I had to drop some lower end teams and some middle end teams. Like the Wizards went team that I dropped out. I was actually shocked for this break how low I had to drop the Knicks and the Bulls. I think the Knicks got down to 95 for a 9-box break, and then I say that now. I don't think I pulled a single RJ Barrett, but not the point. Bulls, I think, were like $65 in the end. Just seems low to me as well. I don't know. The jaw. I get excited whenever I see, like, there's the jaw card. There's been so many times where I've pulled in these packs, it's been rookie, and then the next card's a blue cracked ice, and it's the same exact player. This one's not the same exact player. It's Valanciunas and Malone. 2 packs left, and then we have to do a little maneuvering around here with these cards we got going. This slide. These Hoops Premium, like Prisms, all those kind of cards do not stack well. Jokic. This is Hoops Premium box number 3 we're on. We're almost halfway done. There's a Gobert. Alright. Alright. Mega number 4. I think this will put us to the halfway point, because there's more cards in these blue megas than there are in the reds. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 64. So this will be our halfway point. Hope we get an auto tonight. You had 3 autos the other night, which was like nuts to me for having none that were, I'm gonna say guaranteed, but you know what I mean, on average. Aaron Holiday, Harry Giles. Every time I see Harry Giles, I want to say it in my head. I think Harry Styles. Ooh, you got something fun coming up here. Here it is. It's J.R. Smith, of course, but J.R. Smith with the Lakers. I've not pulled one of these before. Honestly, haven't even seen one in the Hoops Premium. And then we got that followed up by a Kobe White Tribute Cracked Ice. Really? One of the things I love about these premium megas is, like, I've said it many times, I love cracked ice cards, and I'm guaranteed to pull a bunch of cracked ice out of these. I don't know if you can see it from the YouTube side, or if anybody even watches the YouTube side. The YouTube has the second camera angle from the side. Yeah, they are. They definitely are. second camera angle from the side. Like basically the charger that I have to plug into my computer to be able to make the YouTube stream a thing for my phone is like in such an awkward spot. I never know what to do with my arm. Like if I should go around the outside of it, let's stay on the inside or what? Paul George. I can't see who's currently on the Twitter stream. I can just see that there's keep bouncing between like 9 to 12 people. Um, any of you guys, the PM me guys, or is it just randos? There's DeAndre Hunter, Blue Card guys. So, what with Rory in my one and done this week? I've mentioned this before. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just gonna pick good golfers until I run out of good golfers. Maybe to cover up there. Nico Melly Silver. So people do the whole don't burn them early. It's like, well, if I'm out of it by the second half of the year, we'll see. I guess you could never really be out of it because you put like 6 winners in a row. If you haven't done a one and done before, it's for 3 weeks. It's definitely entertaining. I follow golf. Yeah, that's what I was pumped about. I looked at it and saw that he was Steph. Are you correct, guys? That he was, I want to say like top 25-ish. He's top 25-ish on the South course, Stadium course, wherever you want to go. And he, that's a tough one. So I mean, obviously Rory's good. He's not considered one of the best golfers out there for no reason. So hopefully he keeps it up tomorrow. In no way do I expect to win. But I'd love to have this be something entertaining for me for the whole year. 3 weeks in, I think I have 2 top 5s so far. If you don't know what a one and done is, basically every week, it's kind of like a suicide or survivor pool. Sorry, not suicide pool. Survivor pool in football. Whenever you do every week you get to pick your winner, then you can't repeat. Except for you just play the whole season with the golfer. But basically you can't. Every week you pick a golfer, and then whatever money he wins in that tournament, you get that money for your week points or whatever. So sign on class of 2019. So if your guy wins first place, and the first place prize is $1 million, you get $1 million added to your score. I guess it's a score kind of. And you just keep totaling it up. If your guy misses the cut and makes no money, you don't get any money. And then at the end of the year, you see who wins. The thing is like you really are never out of it because you could go on a streak at the end of the year and just keep winning. But one thing you can't pick the same golfer twice. That's what I was talking about, wasting Rory. So if you pick all your top 5 golfers, 10 golfers early in the year and they don't win, kind of in trouble. There's also some aspect of it if you hit a winner on the week that nobody has that winner, you make a ton of ground there. But if you hit a winner where 30% of the people also picked whatever John Rahm or Rory, doesn't do as much for you. It's kind of like being the guy in DFS, which is LeBron. Being, everybody's on. Trying to think of a random person. Everybody's on. Can't think of anybody on top of my head. Random running back who starters out of the game. So everyone wants to play this guy. Everybody plays him. He does well. Then you're fighting against 100,000 other people, kind of deal. All right, getting there. We are getting there. We're 25 minutes in, and you know what? I just realized my laptop is not plugged in. Hold on one second. Definitely don't need that to die. Not that it's the end of the world if it dies, because I'm broadcasting from my phone, but we'll lose the YouTube feed. Someone just said something, but I started reading it and missed it because by the time I popped back over to my phone. That was Xander this week. Is that what you're talking about? I saw X, and that's all I really talked about. But now I'm seeing Easy Course. I did DFS golf for a full year once, and it was for me. I mean, it's a grind to do it every week. Um, I basically just, to be honest, get out the way. Um, what's it called? I basically just like spun my wheels. I didn't do it. I didn't win. I didn't lose. At the end of the year, I was just right where I was. And the thing what always happened is I have, I might make, I might have like 15 golfers in every lineup kind of deal. Like not every lineup, but I've used 15 golfers every week. And then, um, sorry, trying to, I think when I'm trying to think as I do this, there's a Zion Silver. There we go. Pelicans, Torrent. Torrent, you still in here? No, you were in here earlier. Kevin, that's your buddy, right? You said that was your buddy, Torrent. Zion Silver. Hollow. Yeah, I've never done shit on it. I basically did, I didn't do a lot of money in it. I did a handful. You know, I would I would use like 15 players. But I was starting to say before I got excited about the about the Zion, but I do about 15 players every week. But I would never pair the lineup right. Like even on the weeks that I did well, I would I would the lineup would be missing something somewhere. Like this lineup would have the five right guys, but I picked the wrong bottom guy in that one kind of deal. So I'm shocking here. I'm not made of money to be able to like throw together hundreds of lineups like some people do. Um, but I do a bunch of the quarter entries and dollar entries kind of deal. And I guess at the end of the year, I basically just finished where I started. Well, I should say I did make money, but I used Fantasy National, and because I guess it's probably my fault a little bit because by the time Fantasy National is fantastic, by the way. If you do golf, if you don't have Fantasy National, doing something wrong. But um, by the time I paid for Fantasy National, plus that I was doing so little money in terms of like the money I was doing, I ended up losing a little bit in terms of it. But, it gives you entertainment for a bunch of long time. There's a couple LeBrons. You got a pretty sweet J.R. Smith. I know that's probably not the last guy that you wanted, but this J.R. Smith is pretty awesome. I got really excited when I saw the border of that one coming out from the distance, and then I got there and it was J.R. Smith. Could be worse though. You could have not had J.R. Smith. You could have not had the card. R.J. Barrett. First R.J. of the night, I think. One thing that drives me nuts about these top loader cases is once I pull a handful out, they cannot stay up on their own. Yeah, whatever. Ayton, cracked ice. There's Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson, local guy for me, kind of. High school somewhat near me. I think I had a couple Tatums the other night. I don't know if you had them the other night. I think I'm not RJ. I think I had Tatum Silver, unless I'm mixing that up with a different break. I remember pulling Tatum Silver, or two. Unless that was the break from the Hoops premium break on Sunday. It could have been that one. And all those cards from the other night just blew my mind. I still haven't even sorted them all. 1,100 freaking cards. It still is nuts to me. 1,100 card break. I got really that was a night where I'm like, well, what was the one? That remember Davis cracked ice and LeBron. We've had I forgot we did a Davis cracked ice. This is our second Davis cracked ice. But what killed me in those is like I did that one because I wanted to what's it called? I thought I was going on my honeymoon this week, and then if you've been around, I've talked about this a couple times. We had passport issues with my wife, and so we're not going. But I was like, well, I might as well just do one ginormous break of the Hoops Premium to get rid of a good chunk of it before I go, because the last thing I need to do is have like 30 boxes of Hoops Premium just sitting in my house whenever I'm just going to Aruba, whenever I'm out of the country. Don't need all that Hoops Premium sitting in the house for no reason. And Sabonis, get out the way. Get a different colored background. I thought that might be a parallel numbered card, but it was not. Sounds like okay. I'll get rid of like 15, 20 boxes at one time here. And then about Tuesday, Wednesday rolled around. I think I posted that break on Sunday. Tuesday or Wednesday rolled around, and it's just like my check still hasn't gotten cashed for my passport name change, and I still don't have it. And then today we finally went ahead and, well, I should say we finally went ahead and canceled our flight. We went to cancel the hotel, and the hotel doesn't let you cancel online, which is stupid. And when we tried to call, they said it's after hours. You have to call tomorrow. And I was like, you don't have somebody at the hotel to be able to handle reservations after 6 o'clock? It's crazy to me. The Levert Silver. It's our last box of the blue, by the way. No Bamba. Lonzo. Green. Jabari Parker. Cracked Ice. Reggie Jackson. I certainly hope everybody still likes Hoops Premium after Hoops comes out, but I have a no big deal. I see our first. This will be the first. It's not a big Luka. It's big enough. I feel like it's the first non-base Luka I've pulled. I started this out. I don't even remember. Before I got the little Luka. Oh, I hope you like it because don't quote me on these numbers. It was a late night when I was ordering stuff, but I think I have 100. We have 100 cellos of Hoops Premium, and 50 hangers, if I remember right. And then I got 10 of the regular hoops coming in next week. Like I said, we're going to have some fun basketball. Now that football season's winding down, we're going to have some fun with basketball. One thing about basketball, though, compared to football, basketball kills. Because, basketball kills my top loaders. I do a lot of sleeving and top loading in basketball. A lot more than I do in football, because there's so many ways for players to be viable in basketball. To be honest, I'm not sleeving the third string slot receiver on a team in football, but it's like basketball. It's like, oh well, all it really takes for this rookie is Alonzo. So all it really takes for this rookie to be good is have like a 30-point game, and all of a sudden, Lynn's sanity ensues, kind of deal. Not that Jeremy Lynn's still big, but he was for a hot minute. I feel like it's our second or third one here. You know what? I think speaking of Heat, I don't think we pulled any Tyler cards tonight. We'll run through a quick recap. This is Tatum. I'll run through a quick recap whenever we're done. I probably won't get through every card I sleeved, but maybe I will. Who knows? We'll see how I'm feeling. See if I'm in a good mood or not. We're about 40 minutes into this break right now. We'll see how I feel in another probably 20. think it's our third one of Hemi pulled tonight. Trace Harrell and McCollum Silver. Probably going to do another little stack move around after this one, and then that'll be the last one. But we should be able to get through those last three smaller boxes without Culver, without how do you do it one more time? All right, it's 50 top-loaded cards so far. Again, I oversleeve, but still, it's pretty solid. Even if you're oversleeving, it's pretty solid to hit 50. No, sorry, 49. There's one top loader sitting on the table. We're about to hit 50. Alright. Now we are done with the blues. For the reds, we're getting 8 green cracked ice parallels out of this. I don't know why they didn't just go with the red cracked ice parallels out of the red box, but you know, whatever. Blue had blue, you know, red had red. That would make sense. This one, instead of 10, it's 8 cards per pack, 8 packs per box, instead of like the blues. The blues are 8 cards per pack, 10 cards per box. So we got 2 less packs out of these. Let's see. Alright, let's see. Garrett Allen. Alright, and our first green is Harrison Barnes. And we got a KD. I always like how these play up. Shine off the light there. Nets not having too bad of a night. A couple nice KD cards. There's a Karl-Anthony Towns. I never know why that's flipped backwards. Makes you think there's something extra special about it, but I don't know. There's a handful of those I found like that. If anybody knows anything, let me know. Ricky Rubio. The green just doesn't pop as well as the blue does. I don't know. Much bigger fan of the blue. Luka. What I feel bad is the other night I had a big, I don't know who's in this one. I don't know if I had a big Mavs fan in the break the other night, and I feel bad. I think I may have just hit like one Luka the entire night. It wasn't a parallel or anything. It was just a plain old base Luka. I feel bad, but comes the breaks. He's subbing before. Seems Giannis. Paul, Justin James, cracked ice. Was on the floor. I knock the top layers on the floor every break, so this is the one break where I don't knock the top layers on the floor. I knocked over the penny sleeves. By the way, if you ever, if anyone out there ever is hunting penny sleeves or top loaders, let me know. I can send you some stuff at cost. I don't mind. I mean, I'm not going to do it like every week in and week out, but if you're like desperate and like can't find them anywhere near you or don't want to play, some of the prices on like Amazon are outrageous. If you need some feel free to slide into the DMs. Paul George Green and Drew Holiday. Deion Waiters Green. Anthony Davis frequent flyer. Last pack of box number, red box number 1. I did the Blues mainly because the Blues were on top. I should have saved the Blues because I like the Blues a lot more. Willard Green, Chris Paul. I feel like our color there was underwhelming. Sorry, popping off camera a little bit there. Run out of spaces. Always turns into a little disaster area whenever I break because I throw everything on the floor. All the boxes go on the floor, and then the plastic packs and whatnot go in the Claxton room. Go in the garbage. What I need is like a fire pit right next to me. Just have a fire pit going and just toss boxes in there as I'm breaking. Alright, we're nearing the end here. We got one box left after this. We still haven't hit an auto. I said never guaranteed one. I'd like to hit one. Class of 2019, Cam Reddish. Bio Silver. It's probably not a decent amount of BAM last during not quarantine. That's the word we're going to shut down. I don't know why. I just did. I think they were cheap. Someone was trying to talk me up. Someone talked me up on, I don't remember who it was, on him being an NBA, like a good NBA player, like a bounce back player kind of thing. Or most improved, whatever award that is. Talked me into it, so a decent bit. I feel like they're gonna do the red box and the blue box. I feel like the red box should have red packs. Here's another RJ. Jackson Hayes Green, followed by Dennis Smith Jr. Gonna be in that weird moment of I'm ready for bed, but at the same time, I want to get some caffeine in me so I can make it, get some card sorting done. But if I drink caffeine, I'm not gonna fall asleep until 1 in the morning. But then again, can't remember the last time I didn't go to bed before 1 in the morning. I have a love-hate relationship with these later night breaks. If in reality, if I'm Marcus Smart, the green on green looks fantastic. in reality, I would love to break at 7 and 8:30 like I had been doing for a while. But the reasoning for bumping it back was, you never get to see the family. You never get to see anybody or do anything whenever I break at 7 and 8:30. If I break at 7, I'm down here prepping, getting ready to go. And someone needs to tell me why these are flipped around and what's the reasoning behind it. It happens every once in a while. And I don't know. I don't want to be the guy who's clueless. Cam Johnson. But I don't get to see anybody. He's like, you have an hour here or there. If I break at 8 and 10, I try to make the first break, the 8 o'clock break, the quick break. If I have a quick break and a long break. So, like tomorrow night, I have a break at 8 and a break at 10. The 8 o'clock break is the random divisions break, which I actually just remembered I need to run the randomizer for that. It's filled earlier today. But like that break will be half an hour, maybe, probably even less than half an hour. It's just one Holly box. One Holly box, you get 4 teams. Entertaining. Get in it's $55 for 4 teams. Low cost access for a hobby box, basically. But that one will probably take me like 15, 20 minutes. Then you get to see the family a little bit. Then once my wife she's a lightweight, she can't stay up past like 9:30. So 9:30 hits, she's in bed, and then I just come down here and hang out with the cards all night. When you're in the end, about 5 packs left of this, something like that. 6 packs left of this. There's a Jaw Tribute. Try to keep an eye on how the centering works, but I feel like unless I'm wrong, unless like the centering on these is different than normal. Like a lot of these ones tonight, they're like the bigger, nicer hits. This might be the only one that wasn't weren't. I'm not saying they wouldn't get a 9 or a 10 on centering, but I feel like some of them weren't. Most of them weren't great centering. But I don't know. I've never personally had a card graded. I've only bought graded cards, which in reality you should just buy graded because you or not buy graded, buy raw and get graded because you can turn a $10 card into a big time card. Increase the value like 5 times or so if you hit a gem. There's a Luka Lights camera action. One of the ones if you're gonna do it, I think you can buy because paper Bowman is so cheap anymore. If you want to buy lots of it, you buy a decent amount of Bowman paper and just mass grade those. And turn those sub $10 cards or the first Bowmans into $50+. I mean, first Bowman paper doesn't go as much as Chrome, obviously, but turn those into some nice hits. So I think that's our first one of the night. Got the Christmas color style there. I think it's our first base or anything of him tonight. I pulled a bunch of them the other night. So like 10. Horford, Bird, Steph Green. There's Alonzo. This card look. I mean, we got one of these already. I was saying this card looked really nice in blue. We did actually pull one of those. I can't say too much about that. Three packs left. We're going to get it just under the hour mark here. Keldon Johnson. I think that's our first Keldon Johnson tonight. Great Williams. Green on green looks pretty. Ja. Running now. Yeah, let's finish up on a big high note here. Give me something crazy out of this pack. We got one more pack left, but set up for that next one. Nothing crazy there. We're about to get a Zion auto out of here, right? Another LeBron. Stacks. There's another one. So it took to the last box to get any of them, but we pulled a couple. I'm pretty sure every time I have a pick your team of anything Miami, Greg hops in, gets his Miami team. Cat. Oh, I got excited for a second there. That might be an auto, but then they never do that on the last card. All right, quick run through here. No, I'm not going to pretend like these are all ginormous hits, but these are what I top loaded tonight. In no particular order. It's not a bad stack. Alright. Hunter, Lee, Davis Blue, Davis Blue cracked ice, Demboya, Ja, Garland, Luka Blue cracked ice, Silver, probably the hit of the night, definitely the hit of the night, I would say. Class 2019, cracked ice, cracked ice, Ja, Keldon Johnson, Steph, cracked ice there, we're having now. Silver, Holler, whatever you want to call it. Ja, Steph Green, Luka, York, Hollow, Cam Johnson, Till, James, Luka, Kobe White, Ruiz, Hollow, again, Luka. There's our big time JR here, right? Hollow, RJ Barrett again, Nico Melly, Lee Bol, Grant Williams, Kobe White Blue, Kobe White again, that guy's there, more bases. The last little stack here. Cracked ice. I love this card. I love how those look on the basketball. Holler there. Green. Cam Johnson. Cracked ice. Luka again. Ja. Another Ja. LeBron. We have a few LeBron bases, but we finish off with a Zion tribute. Not too bad. Not too bad. I'm sure some people are happy with what they got tonight, and some people aren't. Pretty solid night. But I will be back with 2 breaks tomorrow. I will see you guys then. Thanks.